Alright, so good day. So I'm doing a YouTube video on water softener issues, and in particular, if you should happen to have brine water in your brine tank that is not drained, what could possibly be a way to fix that? So yesterday, which would have been Wednesday, October 25th, I think. Anyway, the end of every month I check my salt in my tank, and I checked it yesterday, and when I checked it, obviously take the lid off, and I looked down, and that's about a normal level of salt at the end of every month. That's about a quarter of the way full. And I use Morton salt pellets. But there was water above the salt level, and you can see right here where that line was. That's where the water was. I call it the brine line. So the salt level was about a quarter of the tank, and there was water about a third of the way up in the tank. And I'm like, well, that's interesting. That's never happened before. And so, like a lot of people, I went to a YouTube video to see what could possibly be wrong. And I came across a guy, I cannot remember the name of his channel, I apologize, but he mentioned that maybe it's the Venturian nozzle system on the softener, and I will show you mine. So I took the cover off, and you can see this housing. Here's the motor. Below the motor, this is the cam. And then next to the motor, this is the nozzle and Venturi system. So I took this cap off, and there's about 5 components in there that definitely needed to be cleaned out. And so I did that. I used some warm soapy water and a toothbrush and cleaned out the screen. There was an O-ring, a screen holder, and a gasket, and a little fill hole or a plug. I just took a toothpick and cleaned that hole out. But once I had everything cleaned out, I put Humpty Dumpty back together again and did another cycle, and it drained. Everything worked. So this softener is a Northstar unit. Okay. I've had this softener for 20 years. The softener was installed when the house was built, so 20 years ago. So it's been a great softener. The only other time I had to fix anything was when in here, and I can't really, you can see teeth on the cam, because as this thing rotates in a clockwise motion, it rotates from position to position. So the first position was fill, then it goes brine, then it's a backwash, and then it's a rinse. So there's 4 positions that cam will rotate around. Well, one of the teeth on that was worn out. So on the switch, the position switch, it was stuck in that cam, and it was not continuing to rotate. So I had a jeweler friend of mine actually kind of rig up another tooth, and it's worked beautifully since then. So I've had no issues. That was 10 years ago. So other than some work on the cam, and then this week cleaning out that nozzle and Venturi system, that's it. I've had no issues with this water softener. But obviously the nozzle and Venturi system, I'll probably clean that every 3 years now. I will take it apart, go in and clean it out, and put it back together just as regular maintenance. So if you have water in your brine tank, depending on how old your softener is and how hard your water is, this is obviously not a one-size-fits-all, but it might be something to consider. Is the nozzle and Venturi system, that assembly needs to be taken apart, cleaned out, put back together, and see if that's possibly a fix. It worked on my particular situation. Maybe it'll work for you. But anyway, that's it. All right. Have a good day, and good luck with your maintenance issue with your water softener, whatever it is. All right. Take care.